Okay guys, so another video I'm doing tonight, and just kind of run through what what I'm at right now, and how I'm being successful. Okay, so when when you're looking at these new buildings and whatnot, one thing that's going to come clear, as I said in the last video, is that your your troops are the way that you're gonna defend against these huge attack rallies now. So um, let's start out with my troop count. I'm at 10.1 trillion troops. I am using a T3 setup, so I have roughly 7.5 trillion of my total troops in T3. Now I've heard rumors that they're going to start a nerf with higher than T2 now. I don't know if that's true. That's just rumors for right now. But so this is my setup though. So I have T3. I have virtually no T4. Oh, that's not true actually. I have a whole lot of Siege T4 just left over, which I'm going to promote to T5 once I start depleting my T6 and promote and whatnot. I'm just going to use that Siege that's left over as kind of I could probably actually just get rid of it, but you know, it's there. I'm not going to waste the resources by getting rid of it. Next, let's see, my setup as far as gear goes on Power Shaman. But to my gear, I am using Lava Titan, and I'm using 2 of the Kunai daggers from, I think it's Xena Defense Gear set. If you guys don't know what these are, they provide significant defense debuff resistance. With these 2 daggers, I get 80% of the attacker's defense debuff reduced. So if they're hitting me with a 50k defense debuff, I'm only taking 10k defense debuff. Okay, I know it gets confusing, especially when you double them up and whatnot, and there's all kinds of calculations people have done online and whatnot. If you want to know more about the defense debuff resistance with the Kunai, look that up, or I'll make a separate video later on. But so it is gemmed quite simply with mythical divine gem sets, and then for my runes, let's see. Dang it. Sorry. For my runes, I'm pretty sure they're mythical. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, the Mythic Divine rune set. And this really works. Okay, so I got attacked by a 108 rally, 108 million rally, and I got the notification and signed on, so I wasn't really sure what strength they were hitting me with. I didn't have enough time to look too much into it before they hit, so I went ahead and activated defense debuff, or I'm sorry, attack debuff, so the report is a little bit skewed, but not really. So let me find the report now, because apparently I have. Here we go. But it was a very successful hit. Now I'm running T3 troops, as I showed you, but I'm also running T2 traps. Now, what you gotta understand is if you're running T3 troops, your traps will not engage the enemy when they're attacking your city unless they're the tier below your troops. And as you can see here, no troop loss. I only lost 3,377 traps. So, I'm sorry, it wasn't 108, it was 98. He said he had a total of 108 rally, which isn't bad. So he hit me with 88 million and 10 million traps, which is, it's not the best test, but it was a somewhat test. It's actually the first person that's hit me in several days. I'm kind of well known in my kingdom, so they don't really try to hit me too much unless they see that. Usually when stuff like this comes out, they'll test themselves on me, but I don't know. I guess they know better for the most part, unless I'm in bad gear or fall asleep. But so yeah, then we'll look at, and I just do all regular, man. Everybody talks about strategic and whatnot. I've had the most success, which is regular troops and traps. Now, I'll say that, that might not necessarily be the most effective method. It's what works for me. And, I'm going to stick with what works for me, because in my setup, if I start making a whole bunch of changes just because somebody else is doing it, I don't know what works and what doesn't. If I do incremental stuff, sometimes I test stuff that I see in other line groups that I'm in, and it hurts me, so I just stick with what works with me. And if I really can't figure it out, then I'll start experimenting with other strategies. But so I have 32 for all my barracks. Like I showed you in my last video, 561 troop defense per building, 16 buildings. I have one rule plot still to unlock, and that's basically where I sit. I've been threatening to make a video specifically about potions. Basically, though, I always have a potion running of some sort or another. I think this is actually an attack potion, but we can look at it real quick. It's not a great one. I just kind of threw something together. But it comes with another 2,700 or 2,900 troop health. Attack debuffs only 300. Troop defense debuffs 100. And then enemy troop health debuff is 1,100. So let's see, and then 2,500 for defense. And I was not in the right gear when I made that, so it is kind of on the low side. But I always have a potion running of some sort, just because of the added benefits of it. Let's see, what else helps trapping? Oh, obviously you need to level up your gear to 50, and you need to power up your gear, because every little bit helps, and it all acts as multipliers for things. So if you're in gear that isn't powered up, if you're in gear that isn't set leveled up, that's important too. Don't forget that. And as I said last time, make sure you're in an alliance that will reinforce you, because that's a really big deal as far as your overall defense plan, especially during KVK, but really just anytime you're unshielded, you want to make sure that there are people in your alliance that are active people that can help you. I mean, if you're not in an alliance that can help you, then you should get another alliance. It's that simple. And I think, really honestly, there's not too much more to tell you. You got the gear, you got the I guess I can show you the actual stats. Oh, the banners. Hold on, before I go there, I don't know why I hit that anyways. As I showed in another video, we have all the banners running, and they provide, two of them provide, I think 50k of one and 50k of other, of a certain style of defense. I think one's Legion and one's Empire defense. So it's definitely a mixture of a whole lot of things put into one, plus all my building boosts, and I've gone through my building boosts in another video. so I won't go through that now. And then obviously I'll show you my stats for this gear, just to give you an idea of where I'm at and what I'm, a full picture anyways. Okay, so infantry boosts, I think individually get 50k from each individual, and then trap defense is like almost 7,000, not quite, 6,700, and then total defense bonus is 103,500, along with Legion defense, which is at 124,000, and rally, I'm sorry, what am I looking for? Empire troop defense, which is at 83%, or 83,000%. And then you can see there that the defense debuff resistance is at 80%. And like I say, that's huge. And with the debuff, defense debuff that's running right now, you really need as much resistance to that as possible. Now, another thing you could do as well, which I don't do, is you could put a third kunai there. That's going to take away your base set bonus. And the way I have my skill tree skilled out, I have points in the base set, so I would have to change my skill tree to add another dagger, and that'd actually be beneficial, because it would actually hurt me if I took away the last accessory and added the kunai there. So that's basically where I'm at, and 12 minutes in, hopefully you have a good picture of my setup, and maybe, you know, some ideas for your setup as well. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.